and you probably got the notice that the recording is starting. Make sure you turn it off. And then we are going to get started and talk about our AMA sessions today. So for our agenda, usually I try to explain to the newcomers, explain who I am, why I do this, and perhaps why I may have the expertise to say this. But again, I do not work for K Stadium or KOK, the company. I do indeed work for one of the nodes, and I'll explain to you what that is, of course, during our session today, because it is pretty interesting to understand what SOs are and what nodes are, what block producers mean throughout our presentation today. And later, I'm going to tell you all about the updates for KOK and K Stadium going along from now on. And then we're going to have a very lengthy AMA or Ask Me Anything session with some of the questions that I prepared that I've been asked a lot in the office here in Toronto that you probably might be wondering about as well. And then, of course, at the end, we're going to have a bonus session where you get to follow me along with my phone as I try to show you how to update into the new KOK Play app. It's not pretty straightforward because it didn't list itself into the Google Play Store just yet, but only the new version allows you to use Google's security feature as Google's OTP or the two-factor authentication settings. So I'm going to actually show you how to download the new app and then also set the OTP for yourself for an added layer of security for our version 2.6.1. And with that, let's get started. Again, as I told you, this is me right there at the bottom. I have been part of the KOK K Stadium ecosystem for quite a while now. I'm very proud to say for over a year now, actually. And I have been doing these English presentations as I have the unique or perhaps the very blessed opportunity here to work with the Korean community that has been very active with KOK and K Stadium in Toronto. And I tend to speak both languages. So there's me able to speak two languages, helping everybody out here in the English sector. And of course, I urge you to be that person in your community to let them know about what KOK is and what K Stadium is through my very many presentations. And as I mentioned to you before, all of this is recorded and it will go on live on, sorry, not live, but it will be on YouTube for you to see along with every other presentations that I did for the past month or so. So you'll be able to see that along with Monday night presentations as well. And with that, today's session for K Stadium's AMA is all about the changes. And these changes, we're talking mainly about this new platform called K Stadium. Now, some of you might think this is a completely brand new platform from a brand new company. Not really, actually. As you know, I hope you know by now, KOK Play that was made by, at the time, the KOK Foundation was looking for a partner or looking for investment money or looking for development to create its own blockchain infrastructure to develop its blockchain-based content, digital content ecosystem called KOK Play into its own version of a blockchain or its own version of a blockchain ecosystem. And last year, an interesting thing that happened is KOK Play was able to merge with Medium. Medium is a different South Korean company. This is a company that specializes in blockchain infrastructure, technology, both in hardware and software. And for Medium, KOK Play was the perfect platform because it has its users, a directive, and a very avid fan of global need for Korean contents or K contents. So they shook hands, and then together they created this new ecosystem called K Stadium. And with that, they decided that together with the old platform that we know on the left here, KOK Play, and K Stadium on the right, they can exist together as one ecosystem. So it's from the same company. It's managed by the same company. It utilizes the same currency called KOK. It's part of the same ecosystem, but they have different qualities or personalities on how to utilize that platform. So let me explain what differences that is. First, let's go back slightly in time when we only had to worry about one application called KOK Play. Now, KOK Play, as you have probably used and have on your phone right now, is the app that now works for iOS. Woohoo! That's right. true story. It currently works pretty stable for iOS downloaders as well. So you can download the iOS app today and check out the Contents app. Check out the very many new content that's been added. And of course, depending where you are in the world, you can access many different contents as well. But anyways, KOK Play was this platform that allowed an ecosystem of digital contents platform users, meaning it was a platform that had digital contents for both users, developers, content creators, and of course, the platform as well. But on the right side, it had this very interesting notion of a POS, like the very many cryptocurrency companies nowadays. Now, POS, or proof of stake model, was for us and many of us an investment opportunity because we could value our assets that we put a stake on along the KOK Play platform. So many of us participated on the watching and consuming digital contents through KOK Play, but a lot more of us perhaps for its initial pull, while they had the mining rewards of 4%, the referral rewards of 100%, now changed to 50, and the level-based rankings now disappeared. But at the time, very lucrative and a big incentive for people to join in, create new users into this ecosystem through this proof of stake model. Now, what the big changes is happening, and putting it the simplest way, is the ecosystem is splitting it into two platforms, meaning KOK Play will focus on becoming the ecosystem for digital platform users, while the investment opportunistic side of this ecosystem is going to move to K Stadium. Don't get me wrong. You can still get your 4% mining reward and the POS or the proof of stake model in KOK Play. However, the investment opportunity is far greater right now and will be in K Stadium through its new proof of not stake, but proof of investment model called delegated proof of investment. This started through POS becoming a DPOS, so proof of stake becoming a delegated proof of stake. Now that means that in this system, you are not actually, let's not go to it. You are not actually putting your own stake, you're actually delegating your stake. And K Stadium went one step further and created a system called DPOI, or Delegated Proof of Investment Model. And through this, they have created groups that will function through these investments, through the delegation of these investments, and these groups can now become decentralized, autonomous organizations, meaning they're not funded or touched or worked or even influenced by the foundation that K Stadium runs in, and these groups can create autonomous decisions, and this is called DAO. Or DAO, or Decentralized Autonomous Organizations. Many companies are trying to move into this new model of DAO, and K Stadium is doing just that. So that was quite a bit, but let me try to work this with you a couple times so we can try to grasp this big change. On the left is KOK Play, where we will focus on becoming a digital contents platform based on blockchain, and that blockchain infrastructure and ecosystem moves on together with the more investment opportunistic side of through K Stadium. And that is by joining its community pool. And to put it even simpler, I can talk about the changes in this way. On the left, I'll put KOK Play, the app that we know very well. And on the right, the K Stadium app that many of us are now getting to understand. The changes look like this. So far, we know that KOK Play gives a 4% increase investment opportunity, let's just say, per month on as a mining reward. Some people get 3.9, 3.8, but it's roughly 4% if you calculate it per month. So that is the KOK Play side. But on the K Stadium side, it started at 10%, and by the time I was making this video, it was at 7%. Recently, it's a bit fickle, and I'm willing to talk about that at the end of the presentation. But the number that we should be thinking about is a higher percentage point than KOK Play. However, the changes that is going to happen is this, meaning KOK Play, those percentages for mining rewards is going to continue to decline. It's going to get smaller and smaller. In fact, it started at 12%, went down to 10, to 7, to 4, and then you can imagine where it's going to go next. Why is this? Because mining will be slowly completed. It was a 5-year project, and we are already on year 3, stepping into year 4. And as we go into that, the mining rate will slow down more and more. But on the right, there's an arrow up showing that the interest rate on this side can only go up. And let me explain to you how that works. On the left, the percentage dropping down, the KOK that we'll receive is still based on a US dollar value. So meaning on the platform, there's a $7 right now US dollar value that is making us really headache, making our heads ache a lot. And based on that, we have been trying to calculate the differences between the KOK asset that we have outside, and let's say through the market or through the platform. So this was confusing as well. But on the right, on K Stadium, it's going to be solely based on the KOK quantity, meaning the investment that you put in is going to be counted as the KOK quantity that you put in, and you'll get a percentage of the quantity, which means as an added bonus to moving into the K Stadium is that it'll be independent to market fluctuations. While on KOK Play, it is very sensitive to market fluctuations that we are currently in right now. Now, as I promised, I need to explain to you how the 7% is going to keep going up while we understand why the 4% is going to continue to go down, because that's how the mining system works. We will finish mining the KOK tokens that is going to be distributed by the foundation, while on the right, through K Stadium, we're going to continuously get more. How does that work? Well, that works on the first step by you joining the community pool, as in you enter the community pool by putting a stake? No, by delegating your stake of KOK into the pool, and you are now part of the community pool. But once you do take part of the community pool, you can receive a higher percentage back of KOK in quantity. And as I told you, it's going to continuously go up. How is that possible, and how can we keep getting KOK more and more? Does the foundation keep printing KOK? Nay, and this is how that's going to work. Remember, I told you there are 2 platforms, and I told you that this is part of the same ecosystem. This means that KOK is one economy being shared by these 2 platforms. So in this case, we have KOK Play on the left, and K Stadium on the right. Let's look at what happens in KOK Play soon, and also kind of right now. One, there's going to be an increased number of users. Why? For example, the complete free referral system where new users can add themselves in without a POS at all and still get a referral code to continue to get another referee under them. Why would they want to do that? To get the $100 worth of KOK mileage. And when they get that, it's basically credit, free $100 credit they can utilize in the system. They can exchange for mining asset. They can exchange to KOK and grow their investment through the KOK Play platform. So this is going to really act as an incentive to bringing more and more users. Now, as more and more users come into KOK Play, the platform, whenever they do any type of transactions, will be paying gas fees. I'll note that down. The next thing that happens when we have more users in a platform is that more users become a bigger marketplace for people who want to sell to those users. And as I told you, KOK Play is a content platform, a digital contents platform. Well, if you're a digital contents producer of either apps, music services, video services, or even the content themselves, you want to sell to a bigger market. So those bigger market hungry applications or content producers or developers called decentralized applications will want to enter the KOK Play contents platform ecosystem. And guess what? When they enter, they also have to pay gas fees as well when they transact within the ecosystem, and also put an influx as investment rewards going into the KOK Play platform. Now, I've marked these down because I want you to see what happens to these gas fees. Before K Stadium was part of the ecosystem, KOK Play only utilized its function through the Ethereum blockchain technology. And therefore, the KOK that was being transacted and utilized in the platform was a token based on the ERC20 Ethereum chain. That means any gas fees that incurs here would have been paid in Ether, and that would have been given to Ethereum because we are borrowing that technology. But now, through KOK's mainnet, its own ground chain that can own its own cryptocurrency, the KOK becomes a coin, and all of these gas fees will now be collected in KOK. And all of those gas fees that's been collected in this ecosystem and any other ecosystem utilizing the KOK mainnet will be distributed back to the community pool members who have participated in the community pool. And this is exactly what the protocol economy looks like, where the value of the community is distributed fairly amongst who has invested more or who has participated more or who has grown the community stronger and larger. And this is where that supply of KOK comes in. And this is how that 7% is going to keep going up when the gas fees go up. Currently, in K-Stadium open beta that we are in right now, only the inflation supply is being supplied to the people who are joining now. And even there, we're still seeing pretty good percentages as returns. So we can only imagine what happens when the gas fees are added. So in other words, if you participate in K-Stadium's community pool, you are now participating in an ecosystem of delegated proof of investment participants. You are, in other words, members of the community pool. And that means you are now part of a pool that can receive the inflation coin that goes into supply every year, a set designated amount to cover the losses, the burn, the lost coins, and the changes in the market. It's a set amount the foundation has set, and this set amount doesn't change and is listed on kstadium.io if you'd like to know the exact numbers. I believe it's 100. No, I don't want to guess a number. I'll get the right number at the end of our session because I don't want to stray you in the wrong direction here. But yes, there's a set amount of inflation coin, which we can take advantage of by taking part of the community pool. Next is the gas fees, or the transactions fees are also circulated into K-Stadium's community pool as well. And lastly is the investment rewards. And this is basically the bit where I told you when the apps come in to utilize the system, they have to put their initial investment as KOK. All of this is paid or made in KOK. And all of this is circulated into the community pool participants. And this is where you receive those rewards when you do your DPOI as part of a DAO in community pool-based K-Stadium. It's quite a lot to think about. But again, let me try to break it down as simple as I can. For now, we only have activated the inflation coin supply. And if you try to go into K-Stadium's open beta, let's say through the first and second promotion that many of us have done, then you can definitely take advantage of the rewards that you can receive in KOK. And soon, this number where only inflation coin shows a 7%, is going to keep going up and up. Now, some of you may ask questions later, and I'm pretty well prepared for it, I think, because I've also been doing my math. Some of you may say, hey, Joony, you said 7%. I've participated in K-Stadium, and that number doesn't really add up. Let's talk about that at the end of our, during our AMA session, because I'm definitely willing to talk about that. But let's make it simpler for our first-time understanders of what K-Stadium will look like. And they will probably ask questions like, okay, I want to participate in K-Stadium's community pool. That's pretty interesting. But Joony, please explain to me, there's about 19 different DAOs or groups or nodes or SOs, all the same, that I can join in or delegate my KOK to. So how do I choose, and how are their returns based on, or what are their returns based on? Well, I told you that the KOK flows through the community pool, meaning all the gas fees, inflation coins, investment rewards are collected and distributed to people in K-Stadium. And how is it distributed? First, for that day's supply, 70% is called what's called basic reward. Wow, my English today is just not working with me. 70% is called basic reward, which means if you participate in the K-Stadium's community pool, you can receive part of this 70% basic reward, meaning as long as you participate, everyone and anyone, no matter which node or which SO or which group, these are all the same things, you join or delegate your investment to, you are still taking part of the pool of the 70% basic reward that is being distributed into K-Stadium. Well, what about the rest? The next is called a ranking reward. And a ranking reward means you will receive part of the 20% of this share if you have participated in a node that ranked 12th or first to 12th, the top 12 nodes of the SOs. And of course, the ranks do have a difference of 33% per ranking, meaning first place difference between the second place is a 33% difference, so on and so forth, all the way down to the 12th node. And then we have the last piece of the pie, which is called a block reward, which you can get if you have taken part of the top 6 nodes. And these are equally divided into 6 and distributed into each node and then into your KStadium claim wallet. And that's exactly what you see right now in the open beta of KStadium. On the left, you see a list of bunch of SOs or groups or node operators, all the same. And on the right, you see a wallet with KOK and SOP. Not to be confused here, what is SOP? KOK is the cryptocurrency. In here, in this app, it's actually a coin, not a token, a coin, because it's based on its own ground chain. And SOP is a token. What is SOP? SOP is a one-on-one relationship between KOK and SOP. And you will delegate your KOK to an SO as SOP. One more time. You will delegate DPOI, your KOK, to an SO or a stadium owner or a group or a node operator. That's what we call them, SOs or stadium owners. We delegate our KOK as SOP. One more time. That means we'll have to change our KOK into SOP as a governance token and give that SOP to the SOs. And if I have time today, I'll show you what that looks like onto the app. It's maybe confusing, but pretty straightforward. And of course, there are more changes that are upcoming into the KOK play that I'd love to talk about with you guys today. But let's try to focus a little bit more about KStadium today. So as I promised, it is 10:30. These are the upcoming changes that I'd like to let you guys know about. And let's get into the AMA or Ask Me Anything sessions. Does anybody have any questions? I'll put my camera on so you do feel like at least you're talking to a person. Here we go. Anybody? Any questions? No, just Joony talking. Okay. All right. That's okay. It's always very shy in the beginning. So you can raise your hand and I can unmute you and you can talk. But for now, let's go through some of the questions that I prepared for you guys. The first question is, I participated in the first or second promotion, but I didn't get an email. And if you are one of those people wondering, promotion, first, second, what are you talking about, Joony? Ooh, tisk. You should be looking into your KOK Play announcement a little bit more carefully. There has been many announcements. And what do you mean by announcements? You know, when you first open the KOK Play app, that first message that pops out, please read it. Don't just press close. I see so many people just be like, bloop, close it, bloop, close it. Don't do that. Please read it. There's a lot to definitely understand with there. So check those out, and you definitely want to read those, what should I call it? Announcements. So on those announcements, there were first and second promotions where you had a chance to move your mining asset from KOK Play into KStadium. And that is finally, as of this week, has started, which some of you have noticed and seen a dramatic increase of KOK in KStadium. In fact, by dramatic increase, I mean last week, this time, there was about 60 million. Now there's 200 million. So yes, absolutely dramatic increase. The asset transfers have started, and many people who've participated on the first promotion are actually doing it today. In fact, I was helping a lot of people that way. So if you are one of those people who have participated into this, first, only the first promotion applicants who apply to move 100%, all of what they want, can do it this week. And these people who would do it this week are the people who would say, I want to move everything, including everything that I restaked till today because there's been about a month gap since when they applied and went today. So if you have staked anything new into this pool and you want to move that as well to K-Stadium, you will do it this week. If you don't want to do that and only want to move the 100% of when you applied, you do it next week. Again, all of this is announced on K-Stadium. So look at the announcements. Sorry, it's announced on KOK Play. So look at the announcements to see that. If you have participated on the first promotion, but you did less than 100%, you are not this week. Wait for the announcement when they open it up for your turn. If you are those people who did it on the second promotion, again, you're not this week. Wait for the second promotion. If you are one of the people that did it on the first promotion and you did 100% and you do want to send it, but you didn't get a confirmation email, my best advice to you is try it anyways. Go to event.kstadium.io. That is the website, event.kstadium.io, and enter the information that you used to, ooh, that doesn't look as a hyperlink, so I will hyperlink that. Event.kstadium.io. Second, put that up. That's better. Put the KOK ID. I know everything is in Korean. I have an English kind of photo version you can follow along. Let me share you this link right now with you. I was just doing that today. How to accept promotion 100% first promo only. Okay, 1 second. I was just making this and I have created this picture. You can kind of follow along. Maybe I'll show you a little bit of that on my screen right now so you can see what it looks like for you to try. I urge you to try, please. And of course, if you already know, help the brothers and sisters out around you who don't know perhaps how to do this. I'm going to copy the link and let me put it on this Linktree. Sorry, guys, give me a second. Yes. Yes, perfection. And share. Okay, I put it onto the chat. I'm creating a Linktree as we speak right now. A Linktree is basically a link with many other links because I have a lot of things to share with you. If you go there, the first one you see is how to agree on first asset promotion. And if you click that, it will lead you to my Google Drive file of that photo that I talked about. It's a pretty big photo. Zoom in. Oh yeah. Okay, and let it load and you will see step by step. I try to explain to you what the Korean you see there is. Chrome, and please use Chrome, has a function to translate the language you see on your site into the language that you want to see, let's say English. So you can definitely do translation. It's pretty straightforward to follow along. It seems long, but it's very simple. Please try this. Follow along for what I said here. You go to your email and you click accept. It's pretty simple. So please, 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 please try this. You don't have a lot of time. As you saw in KOK Play, the application, the first promo application for 100% of everything ends like tonight. So you want to do it tonight because next week when we're moving on to first promotion, 100% of the amount that when you applied, along with the 50% more and 50% less people, and then they'll move on to the second promotion as well. Any questions? No? Check out the Linktree. Okay. The second questions that I get a lot is I applied and my asset transfer hasn't been done. Okay, well, first of all, you have to, as I said, you have to go to this step that I've shown you here. You have to agree with it. You need to confirm. You need to confirm your asset transfer. And again, you should be only doing this if you did 100% on the first promotion, right? Because you got to wait for the rest of you. You go to event.kstadium.io and click through how to do this. When you click through this, you're still going to need to at least wait 1 to 2 business days, and they will manually move all your KOK from KOK Play into K-Stadium. Okay. And once they do, your screen, your mining screen will go completely to the beginning page on the very first day you opened KOK Play, where it'll ask, would you like to mine? And you can restart your mine. And I suggest you do that fast before there's that $5,000 limit mining that will start very soon. Any questions about that? No? Cup of water? Wow, no questions today. It's called Ask Me Anything, guys, not Joony Talks for 40 minutes. Okay, we'll move on to the, oh, yes, a question. Thank you, sir. I'm going to ask you to unmute. Ah, my friend from Colombia.
Hello, hello. Greetings from Colombia.
Hello, hello.
Thank you very much. I always with you because I learn too much from you. Really, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And after I learn from you, I have to translate that to Spanish to all people here in Colombia. So thank you very much.
Thank you for being that person for the Spanish community. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're awesome.
Okay, thank you very much to you. Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, you know what is the process? For example, okay, now we receive KOK coin, right? A reward. Okay. Yeah, that's it. What is the process when we can climb this KOK coin and after we change in a exchange and we can make this a fiat, a real money?
Great question. And nice term,
what is the
fiat
process?
money. Very good.
Yeah, fiat.
Yes, very good. Yes, I like people who use proper terms. Good.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because this is what we are waiting for.
Exactly. Of course. I understand. Everybody, right? The entire people thinking investment means in the end fiat money, the cash we can use. If without that, we don't live in the future yet, what everything can be bought with cryptocurrency just yet. I understand. So, okay. Until now, we had KOK token from KOK Play. And do you know the process on how to take KOK Play, KOK Wallet, KOK token out into, let's say, KuCoin? What do you guys use in Latin America? KuCoin?
Yeah, I personally use KuCoin.
KuCoin, okay.
I change to USD.
Oh no, you muted yourself, or did I unmute you? Unmute yourself. I can't hear you. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Oh, sorry, it was calling.
No worries.
And yeah, I use KuCoin after I change to USD, and after I can change by
to your local exchange, right? Nice. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so you use KuCoin. And so what that means is you are putting KOK into KuCoin, right?
Yeah.
So KuCoin has to accept your KOK, but KuCoin is accepting your KOK as a token.
Yep.
But as you said, K Stadium, now we make KOK coin.
Okay.
Same KOK, but one's a token and one's a coin. So because of this, we cannot send the KOK coin to KuCoin yet, but we will be able to, meaning KuCoin will one day accept, I don't know exactly when, that's a decision for KuCoin, will one day accept the same KOK as both a token, ERC20 chain, or as a coin. And once that happens, then we can send and they will receive. So I know a lot of people they try the K Stadium app and they see the KOK that comes in there because they can already try, of course. And they're like, hey, I want to try using this. You cannot. There's no way to exit out of K Stadium for now.
Not yet.
But on the KOK Play app, on the announcement, they said in August, which is next week. So in 2 weeks. So they will open up a way to use the bridge in 2 directions. What does this mean? The real future we want as soon as possible is for us to just send the KOK coin to an exchange right away. That's the future we want, because then we can go to KuCoin, send it to KuCoin, change it to US dollar tether, change it to something else, change it to fiat money, right? That's what we want to do. But right now, none of the exchanges that the KOK is listed on can accept the coin version of KOK. So that means, because right now, the only form of KOK they accept is the KOK token, starting August, we can change the KOK coin back to KOK token through the bridge using MetaMask. And with MetaMask, we send to KuCoin, or we send to whatever exchange that you utilize. Does that make
So we're
sense?
going so we're going to use the reverse thing?
Yes, because it will probably take too long for the exchanges to start accepting the KOK coin that a lot of people will start panicking. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, now I cannot pull this out.
what I
What
did,
is
yes.
this? Yes, what have I done? So they know that they don't want people to panic. So they say, okay, while we wait for the exchanges, we've already applied for the exchanges to list our KOK coin, but because we're still on beta form, probably why they haven't accepted it yet. But so once you become stable, we'll accept. But if you're unstable, then this is not good for us. So once you're a stable non-beta form, then maybe we'll accept. But until then, we will take your stable version KOK token because it's based on a stable network that we know and trust called Ethereum, right? So during this gap time between complete transition between no more token, all coin, during this gap time, they will allow us to use the bridge to go back and forth. Now, I am always very truthful to you guys. Is this a good idea to do? Only in high amounts. Small amount every day, never. You should never do this. Why? Because the gas fee that you'll pay to use MetaMask, you pay in Ether.
Yeah, Ethereum is so high.
Ether gas fees is ridiculous, but they get to be ridiculous gas price because they are the blockchain of tokens, of all tokens, right? So they get to call the price and we just have to agree. And this is the reason why we're moving away to our own main network, right? So this will happen. It is a transition. We are in the transition, but during this transition, people will still want to pull. And when they pull, they will do it this way. So my suggestion, if you are a family and you have, let's say, multiple K Stadium account, you can send the same send the K Stadium account all to one MetaMask. And then from one MetaMask, send to KuCoin. So then you only pay gas fee once. This you can do because MetaMask account is whoever you are controlling. So if the person's right there, yeah, okay, I'll send it to you. You send it to my KuCoin, like that. So all together. So this is one way. The second way is also don't do it too often because it's too expensive. And then the next question is, then when should we expect not to do this and directly send to KuCoin? I don't know. I wish soon, my friend. Me too. Right? Okay. This is the future we're going to, but this transition, how long it will take, I'm not sure.
Okay, so you explain me that, but so what is the idea to put it in K Stadium if I can do directly to KOK Play just to KuCoin, for example? It will be the same token. So what will be the benefits, the good things if I send to K Stadium? Just because the reward, the percent of the reward.
Are you saying the reward rate is higher? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
You explain me that we have to again reverse the process to KOK token in the K Stadium. So I can decide just go directly to KOK Play, receive my rewards in KOK Play, and go directly to KuCoin, for example. That's it.
You can do that too. But remember, my friend, very soon there is that $5,000 limit on how much you can stake on KOK Play. So you could now. Now you can. Yeah. So you can go from KOK Stadium, MetaMask to KOK Play, put it in there, and those rewards pull out to KuCoin for sure. But soon that's going to stop. You're not going to be able to do that. Right? Because there's a limit for restaking.
Yeah, limit 5,000.
But right now you can, for sure. You can right now. I know. It's a redundant, silly step, but it is something that we do require while we are still in transition. It's like we're doing construction over from one place to another, and we're creating a bridge. The bridge is under construction, so for now we have to do this like boat back to back. So soon it'll be made, and we can just directly cross the bridge. But right now we can't do it. So that's why we have an alternative solution. It's not the prettiest solution, but there is a way, because there must be a way, or else this will be global KOK panic. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you very much for the answers. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Okay, thanks. Okay, so on the next one, I will see a question from Horace. And KOK Play will coexist with K-Stadium. The former is for digital content and the other is for investing purposes. Very good, good understanding. Will there be just the KOK coin when the transition period is done? Yes, 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 yes. Yes to your first question. I think that there will be cost for every transfer. Yes, yes, yes. Also very yes. So I would keep everything as is. If you transfer some of all of your tokens to K-Stadium, just do it and stay put. That is the best way. I understand, Horace. And a lot of people who have the, with the lack of a better word, luxury to stay put, they definitely should, right? Absolutely, I agree. But some people, they really got into this to see like a monthly income or an influx of income that they do require for every month. So for those people, these methodologies of transferring and pulling out funds is quite critical. And this is why I'm pretty sure a lot of people in my community and a lot of people in the Latin America community are asking these questions, like how do we actually pull out these funds? And if you indeed say if it is pullable, right? So, and this is, I believe, why he's asking this question. So yes, so I'm agreeing with you, Horace. Staying put is the best way right now until everything kind of becomes easier to do. But there is still, we need to understand that there is an ability that for you to actually do this in case you need to do so. So I hope I answered your question, Horace. Lots of yeses for you. Frank, you ask, Joony, does the KOK coin created by K-Stadium have the same platform values as the KOK token on the KOK platform? Okay, I'm going to try to understand that. In the KOK Play application, KOK Play, the purple one, there is a platform price for KOK that was kind of along the rise together, but then it did not decline with it, because if it does decline, then really your 4% of your invested value will decline as well. And they didn't want that. So there is that discrepancy that is making a lot of us panic for sure. I understand. And to combat that, K-Stadium has no platform price. So in K-Stadium, your reward, percentage reward, is not based on a dollar figure. It's based on a numerical figure of how many KOKs you've invested. So if you've invested 1,000 of them and you get 7%, then you get 70 KOK, not $70 worth. Therefore, it doesn't matter what the price of KOK is, you still get the same amount. So those KOK that comes out of KOK Play and the KOK that comes out of K-Stadium, when you take it to market, then it's market price. So it is the value, same value of the market. But inside the platform, only KOK Play has that numerical US dollar figure set. The K-Stadium application has no US dollar value set. So in that sense, to answer your question, no, they are not the same, because one is in US dollar value and one is purely a numerical value. Okay, but once you take any of these KOK out into the market, it is whatever market price is. And at that point, both token and coin have the same value. I hope I'm answering your question. You're welcome. Yay. Joanne asks, yes, good. See, you guys are shy, but once you start asking questions, all the great questions. Let's go. Next, Joanne asks, what happens when you miss today's deadline to transfer the first promotion? Okay, not the worst, not the worst, but the only difference between, so remember, this week was for first promotion applicants who wanted 100%, who applied for 100% asset transfer. So if you are one of those people and you missed this week and you go into, let's say, next week, they haven't announced that next week, this is what we'll do. They will, I'm sure. But when they announce that, what it's going to look like is for next week, follow me along. There is 100% of mining asset that you applied with. Let's call that 100 for an example. But it's been a month. So throughout this month, some people have been restaking what they got to make this 100 bigger and bigger and bigger. So now it's sitting about 130, let's say. So it's a bigger pie. And some people say, okay, I applied for 100%. So I want to move this 130 and get 50% more on top of that. Because, you know, this is, I want to get into K-Stadium, move everything. Don't leave anything behind. That's why I say 100%. So those people who wants to move the bigger piece of pie, they have to do it this week. But if you miss this opportunity, you still get to move the actual 100 that you applied with in the beginning. So it's not the worst case scenario, but you just get what you originally asked for, which is, again, not the worst case scenario. So you can definitely do that. But you still got some time, so do it today, tonight. But let's say, you know, oh, I'm too busy, or I know my friend I can't reach. So they can still try tomorrow. It might work, right? And if it works, right? And if it doesn't work, again, you're just getting what you applied for, which is not bad as well. You're welcome, Joanne. Everlister with smiley face. Hello. Number one, how do we invest in K-Stadium if we don't have a KOK wallet? Not a problem. And I believe by KOK wallet, you mean the KOK Play app. You do not require a KOK Play app to invest in K-Stadium. You can do it directly. So now, this is how. I'm going to answer your first question first. First, you need to create a MetaMask account. MetaMask. Second, you have to go to this website. I will hyperlink it on our K-Stadium Linktree for you, but I will type it in here for now. bridgeKstadium.io. You need to go here. Once you go there, you'll be able to use the K-Stadium bridge to move the KOK that you perhaps bought and that you've left on your KOK MetaMask, on your MetaMask, and that KOK can be transferred into your K-Stadium wallet. So you only technically need to make an account in K-Stadium's wallet. So let me say that again. You only need to make an account in K-Stadium. So again, K-Stadium's information is all here on the second one that I just sent you. You can download the app in the Play Store. You can download the app through this. Is it available for iOS? I don't know. I don't think so. Android only for now, I'm pretty sure. For KOK Play, it's iOS. So this means that, for KOK, for K-Stadium, it will be also available in iOS. But right now, Android only, sorry. And then, so MetaMask, buy KOK, put it into MetaMask, go to the bridge, through your MetaMask, send it to your K-Stadium wallet. You can do this right now, no problem. And what a great time to do it because KOK is so cheap out in the market right now. You can definitely do that. And number two, question from Everlister, what can we do if we mistakenly delegate to a wrong SO? Oh, interesting mistake, my friend, because of course you should only delegate to the DA node, which has been sponsoring this video and all the English presentation for the global world, right? Because this is what we believe in for a true protocol economy. But let's say you did make a mistake. Oh, I meant to give it to DA, but I gave it to DE. Oops. For now, not much you can do. But you will be able to undelegate that and move it around. Originally, they have claimed that to move your investment, they'll incur a 10% transaction fee. This is a very high fee. So there are talks right now trying to say, should we reduce that? Should we just make no fees so that people can freely move their delegations around? It'll just incur a small transaction fee or gas fee. Will they do that? Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. But to answer your question, you will be very soon be able to undelegate or move your delegation to a different SO. What I am certain that you won't be able to do, though, is to take that money out and pull it out as KOK. You cannot, because it's SOP. We change it into a version, a governance token, where we give it as delegations to other delegates, right? So when we delegate that, it stays as SOP. When we undelegate that, it still stays as SOP, which you can redelegate to somebody else. So you'll be able to do it. So I hope I answered your questions, Everlister, but the whole MetaMask and bridge thing is pretty confusing. I will try to make a video. I have recorded it all. I just have to put it up. So once that video is live, it will be on our YouTube channel, which is on our Linktree again, my friends. So check out our Linktree. I created just now, Linktree/K-Stadium, easy to remember. So you can go there and check out our YouTube channel, and our YouTube channel has these video instructions. I will put on more. Okay. And then lastly, the second, Horace asked, I'm a bit confused. I'm sorry. If I choose to transfer 100% from my KOK Play to K-Stadium, will that close my KOK Play account since there'll be nothing left? Great questions and very fair confusion. If you have participated on the first promotion or the second promotion, the entire point of this promotion is you can transfer 100% without terminating your account, meaning your account still stays active, which means your account is still capable of mining more. When you transfer 100% over, all of your mining asset will move over. Whatever's in your wallet, however, will stay there. So my recommendation and advice is leave some in your wallet. And also remember, tomorrow, whatever your direct refer E is, your recommendation will come up too, right? So leave some in your wallet, move everything 100%, and restake this whatever is remaining in your wallet. And of course, you don't have to put it all in. Let's say you have a large asset sitting in your wallet. You shouldn't have done that. But let's say you did. And if you did, you can, of course, stake part of that and then reopen your mining asset. And you'll see a very peculiar negative number for a while. They're trying to fix that. It's a bug in the system, but you'll be able to remine, but your account will not be closed. Okay, so it may appear like your account is closed, but it basically is open for you to restart your mining. You can restart your mining by putting the KOK in your wallet, by buying more KOK from the KOK that you had before, sure. But always remember, you cannot receive anything that comes up or your 4% when you have staked nothing, right? So please restart your mining, even with a small amount, and please do it before the $5,000 limit. Okay, you don't have to do 5,000. I'm just saying do it before that. Keep it open. Okay, then you'll have two ways to make money. Joanne, if the dollar value goes down, does that mean KOK play will be affected as well? If so, how would it be like? It seems like the case theorem is not going to be affected by the dollar value. Dollar value. Do you mean like the US dollar value or the KOK coin value? I'm not too sure what you mean, Joanne. Do you mean the US dollar value? Sorry, you mean the US dollar value? Ah, I see. So, okay, let me re-understand your question. If the US dollar value goes down, does that mean KOK play will be affected as well? If anything, if the US dollar value goes down, the KOK value will go up because that is how markets work. Will the application itself, KOK play, be affected? I don't think so. It will, maybe this is what I'm thinking. Let's say you have an asset of $5,000 sitting in your KOK play app, okay? And let's say the US dollar value drops. And then was that 5,000 change? No. That stays as is. It's a numerical figure based on a $7 value. US dollar value fluctuation is not compensated here. It just basically means you have, if you have, let's say $5,000 worth. So let's do the math. Calculator, 5,000 divided by 7. It just means you have 714 KOK tokens. And because it's $7 each, it appears as $5,000. That's what it means. So it's not linked to the US dollar value out in the market. It does not. In K Stadium, yeah, again, it has no US dollar value linked at all. It's just a numerical figure for the number of tokens. So only when you put those tokens out into the market, that's when you got to think about what is the value here. But in there, it's just a number of tokens and you get an interest based on those tokens. I hope I answered your questions. Awesome. Okay. Oh, one more question. I'll take this as last questions because on the next step, I want to show you guys how to reinstall the new updated app and set up OTP. I've prepped my phone to do so for you guys. So last questions for tonight from Horace. You said earlier today that I can also buy KOK token in KuCoin or from any exchange where KOK is available and put it into a mask and transfer to KCM wallet via the bridge, correct? Absolutely correct. Yes, you can. That is what Everlister has asked for sure. You can buy KOK out in the market right now and transfer it into K Stadium through the MetaMask. Absolutely. Right now, the MetaMask is the best tool to use for the bridge, the K Stadium bridge. And I will try to leave that link on the Linktree as well. And whenever I make that video, I will show you that video. It's the same step of moving the KOK play you may have on the KOK play wallet, because you'll put that into the MetaMask. So instead of going from KOK play to MetaMask, you'll go from KuCoin to MetaMask or Gate.io, Bybit to MetaMask. And from MetaMask, you go to the bridge and to K Stadium. Absolutely. there's definitely more option to increase your mining asset in KStadium for sure. Absolutely, absolutely. Great questions. Okay, thank you, everybody. Before I lose you guys all, I did have some more things to let you guys know really quickly. Okay, some of you may have seen, this. My recommendation mining rate or my recommendation mining has decreased suddenly. Yes, you were warned this will happen by 50%. And any level profits have completely disappeared. So it's 50%. So this is why I've been telling you that percentage is going to keep dropping in KOK Play. You want to move into KStadium. Yes, this is what happened. Okay, OTP, you've probably seen an announcement. Google OTP, authentication, an added form of security. Yes, many other applications like KuCoin and Gate.io or your local exchange will use Google OTP or Authenticator services or two-factor authentication. One more time, authenticate you are who you say you are. And now KOK Play is just that. But installing that is a bit tricky, especially for now, because it's not available on the Play Store. So let me show you how to do that through my phone. So follow me along. I'll join on my phone. Yada, yada, yada. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay. And for those of you who have already done so, you do not have to stay along. This might take some time, but please note for those of you, join me again, either on Mondays, it's the same Zoom code. I do a KOK to KStadium 101s, and I also do some question and answers there too. So if you have some questions during that time, you can ask me there, or join me, of course, next Thursday as well. And I definitely want you guys to know that all of this is sponsored by our DA group here in Toronto. So thank you for joining. It is 11 o'clock and it is my 1 o'clock time. For those of you who want to stay and see how to get the new application, please stay along and let me join in and show you my phone screen. So thank you guys. If you've already updated your app, you don't have to stay, of course. So stay as co-host. There we go. Start the share screen. Start now. Well, bam. Okay. Welcome everybody to my phone. And I have changed my pen into a little nice logo. So you can see where I click. So everybody see my cursor on the screen. It's a bit slow and laggy because of Zoom, but this is so far the best we can do for tonight. Okay. Today, what we want to do is utilize this Google Authenticator or OTP services for our KOK Play app, as they mentioned on the KOK announcement board. What is a KOK announcement board, Joony? Well, they also talk about it here. Okay, but they talk about it right here, Google OTP usage guide. So I put my application in English. Of course, you can do it in your selected language, but this is what I'm going to show you today. To utilize Google's Authenticator services, this means that when anybody, you hopefully, are trying to take KOK out of this wallet here, I don't think I have anything in here, but out of this wallet in here, you want to use one, your SMS service to your phone, so you get a text code. And then two, instead of an exchange password, Google Authenticator service, which is a expiring password that goes away every 10 seconds, I believe. You cannot see my screen because Google Authenticator service is a security feature. So when I turn this on, you just see a black screen, but I'll try to show you images of what that will look like so that you aren't completely lost. So really the first thing you want to do is install Google Authenticator, and you can find that on your Play Store or the App Store. Go there. So again, this works on iOS as well. And I'll type in actually the fastest way is called OTP. And the first one that you will see that is not an ad is Google Authenticator right here. You want to download that. You're very welcome. Good night. You want to download that. I have it already downloaded and installed. So I see an install button. Sorry, you will see an install button. I see an open button. So you want that installed first. That's big first step. Okay. So it's installed here. I'm ready to go. Next, what I want to do is I want to delete the old app. And by deleting the old app, I mean uninstall it. So I'll hold it down. there's two options, remove and uninstall. Remove simply just takes it away from this screen. So that's not what I want. I want to uninstall it. Boom. And say okay. Say goodbye to all the, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So it's gone. As you can see, KOK Play app is gone. Now I want to install on my phone the latest version. And to find that, I'm going to go on Chrome. And then on my browser search or on Google simply, let's say that's what I'll show you as a, on my browser search bar right on top for Google, I'm going to type in simply KOK download or KOK wallet. It really doesn't matter. A lot of us globally have been searching for it. So we're really ranked up top. That's the first thing you'll see for KOK download or KOK wallet. This is the link you want to go. HTTPS apps.kok-play.xyz. But easiest is just go on your browser and search for KOK wallet or download. This is the place you want to get to. Again, perhaps I'll link this on our Linktree as well, so you can easily access it. And this is the button you want to press right here. If you're an iOS user, of course, this is a button you want to press right here. And when I press this, since I'm an Android fanatic and using an Android, and I press this button, it will start a download for the 2.6.1 APK or the application package. So I'll download that. Bam, the download will start. File downloaded. I'll press open. And it's going to give me a choice. Usually you might not have a choice. For me, I do, but it's a package installer. And then it says, for security purposes, your phone currently isn't allowed to install unknown apps from this source. If you see something like this, some of you might not because you've already set the settings. But if you see a alert like this, press on settings, and you need to allow Chrome to install unknown apps. And as soon as I do that, it says, do you want to install this app? Yes, I do. I press install. It says installing. I wait. App is installed, and I'll press open. Et voila. We have now 2.6.1 installed on my phone. So just for my sake, I want it up here. So I'll go look for my app. Where is that new freshly installed KOK? Let's find it. Right here it is in alphabetical order. I'll hold it down and then go right here. And there we go. My 2.6.1 installed. So this is step 2. So step 1, download the Authenticator. Step 2, uninstall and re-download the newest version and install KOK Play. And step 3, let's log in. So for me, yada, yada, da, where's my number? 647, personal information. Ha, 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 ha. I know. And then, don't look away. There's nothing in here. Don't worry, guys. Oh, and actually now you can see because you don't have the Authenticator for my number. Haha. So anyways, I logged in to the new 2.6.1, which you can see right here on app version 2.6.1. Yay. This is the latest version. Happy Joony. So now something that you'll see that is different from before is from this screen, I'm going to go on top of here to my profile or my information right here, top, the little circle man. And then I'm going to go to my information. And then from here, from my information, you'll see an added tab called security that didn't exist there before, believe it or not. And we press that, and it's going to ask you, what is your exchange password to set the Google Authenticator? So once you do this, now you'll be using Google Authenticator to authenticate yourself to pull any KOK or any funds out of here. Putting in, you don't require it, but going out, you require it. So to start that, I'm going to type my exchange password, which I hope I remember. And I press verify. One more time. I get an alert complete. If you get an alert complete, if it's complete, it means you typed it right. If you get alert incorrect password, means you did not put the password correctly. So I did it right the first time. Go Joony. And then I get to press next. So I'll press next. Shabam. And then here, whoa, personal information. I can activate my Authenticator code. This is unique to you. This is what's important. You're going to need to copy this and put it on Google's OTP that we just downloaded right here, right? So let me go back, copy that by touch to copy. So touch, bam, copy to clipboard. And then I go to OTP. Now from this screen, you won't see much because it's a shared screen. And for added security, I'm not allowed to share my OTP screen and it's just going to go completely black. So for that, I'm going to cheat the system. I'll use my webcam so to show you what you can see here. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, one sec. Okay, one sec, guys. Okay. Oh no. Turn off my no, choose virtual background, none. Okay, good. Awesome. Oh, that's very like bright and blurry. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to clean that. Is that better? Sort of? Oh, I'm sorry. This is the best I can do. Sincere apologies. But let me show you what my screen will look like. So for now, tune into my camera, not my shared screen. Let's see if I can undo my share so you can see my screen. Stop share. And then I will say pin my video. Do you guys all see my very, very blurry camera? Sorry. So why is it so blurry? Okay, hopefully that's better. Okay, let's go. And then on my phone right here, we were, oops, go away. We were at the Authenticator. We just copied, this, the code right here. I pressed touch to copy. And then I went to my Authenticator. Oh, sorry, you can't really see that. Everything's white. Darn you, stupid camera. But I pressed that. And then I go to this screen. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see that. Very good. So you'll see a bunch of lists if you have been using Google Authenticator like me for your various accounts. Oh, it's all white again. Ah, sorry. Here you go. No? Je suis désolé. This is a horrible explanation video if you cannot see anything. Okay, we just have to go really close. So this is what I see right now on my screen. At the bottom, you're going to press this plus button right here. Sorry for the blurriness, but follow along. Press, and then you're going to press enter a setup key, not scan a QR code, but enter a setup key. Press that. And then at the top of the screen, you see something like this. Enter account details. For my information, this is the account name for my information. So I'm going to just type in here, KOK Joony. Okay. You can type in anything you want, but you just have to recognize that's going to be your KOK authenticator. On your key here, I'm going to hold down and paste the key that I just copied over. Okay, bam. And I'm going to keep it as time-based and just press add. And once I do, it says secret saved. And at the very bottom for KOK Joony, there's a number that appears that expires every 10 seconds. So this is why it's safe for you, for only you. So I'm going to copy that by holding it down, verification copied, go back to KOK Play. Right here, we just copied that. We're going to go to the next step, which here says activate Google Authenticator. Sorry about the screen. And this will pop out. And I'm going to paste the number that I just copied by holding down the first box and automatically paste the number. Oh God, it just looks like white. Stupid camera. But the numbers appear here. You press check OTP code. And once you do, it says Authenticator has been activated. Oh my God, my camera is just not working with us today, is it? Authenticator has been activated. Sorry for the poor quality. And I press OK. And that's it, guys. That's all set. So now at the bottom, I can choose to deactivate it. Don't press that. Just press back. And you have now set the security settings as your Google Authenticator for any KOK to be transferred out of your brand new 2.6.1 account. Oh man, that was tough. I apologize for the lack of, what should I call it? Lack of ability for me to show you a better camera for that, but I hope that was helpful. This portion of my presentation, I will try to clip it and put it as a separate video so you can follow along this horrible tutorial. I apologize, on how to install the new app and how to install OTP onto your phone. I hope that was helpful. Je suis sorry. I did not know my camera will fail dramatically that way. But that was my presentation for you tonight. It is 10:16 of the day today. You are welcome to leave now. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Of course, you'll see me again on Monday, if my brain starts working again, and next Thursday as well, guys. And of course, we'll put all of this on YouTube, the full and the clip version on YouTube for you to follow along. Fighting. It's been what we call a crypto winter, which is not a good thing to be inside. But of course, after every winter, there's always a spring, and let's wait for that crypto spring. And together, we'll make this one wonderful ecosystem. So thank you, everybody. Dalivone, you've mentioned, oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. And I think, Horace, maybe you had a question. Can I use different authenticator like Authy or YubiKey? At the moment, just Google Authenticator. Try to only use that, because I don't want to lead you in a way that may not work. I haven't tried it. So this is why I say don't do it. Thank you so much, guys. Sincerely, thank you so much for everybody who's here. Cheers to all of you who are staying here with me on a late Thursday night. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Stay warm or cool, wherever your weather pleases you. And I'll see you guys next Monday. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.